just wanted to have like a little bit of a random chit chat really about wild patches. So it's a bit of a random one. I might go on a bit. Red kite chipping in. So I'm in a wild patch that's been left to go wild. I'm actually on a campsite, and what they've done is they've allowed the bank here to go wild, and they've cut paths up it as well. And it's really early in the morning. I've come up here to have a little wander around. It's absolutely alive with the sound of grasshoppers and crickets. Can you hear it? Take my mic off and stick it in there. And we've got loads of meadow brown butterflies as well. I'll just put my mic back on. And at the moment we've got loads of like thistle and ragwort, and there's some oxeye daisies clinging on. We've got lots of this purple stuff down here called self-heal in flower, and it's absolutely vital habitat for pollinators. Look, here you go. Here's a meadow brown butterfly flapping around. We get quite a lot of them on the ridings, and the ridings, these bits here that have been cut for people to walk through, are a really important part of wild patches because openings are important. That red kite chipping in with its call is really cool to have in the background. It allows some insects and birds like to come out into this opening as well. So, and also the other thing about ridings, and I feel is really important, is it encourages people to come up here and have a walk around. And every now and again on this campsite I'm on, loads of kids come running up here and like doing roly-polies down the hill and chasing each other around the ridings and playing hide and seek. You will find that quite often when big areas are left to go wild with ridings cut through them, it's the favourite place for kids to go. Whereas some adults, maybe adults who have got older children who haven't got children, think, oh, you need to cut it for the kids. But I've got young kids and lots of nieces and nephews, and this is where they'll want to be, running around these ridings. So it's really good to see. And then here we go, some more butterflies. They're loving this ragwort. Ragwort is an absolutely super wildflower, and it plays host to 177 species of insects. So it's a really important wildflower. And I've been moth trapping, and I've been getting loads of moths. And I've been up here with my bat detector, and I've been getting loads of bats. And we get foxes sneaking around up here as well. So look at that. Perfect hill for roly-polies. And some people will say, this is untidy. Some people will say, this is not rewilding. And they're right. It is untidy. To us, sadly, the way we've changed our concept, it kind of is untidy. But when you really think about it, what is untidy? I think it's a very sad thing to just be so negative about something and call it untidy, because this is just natural. And as for rewilding, well, rewilding, this is not rewilding. When the word rewilding gets overused, so for example, people let their garden grow wild and they call it a rewilded garden. Rewilding is something much bigger than this. Rewilding requires lots of species to be there. Like we should have like bison roaming around, and woodlands and grasslands and heaths. Rewilding is a very big tapestry environment, and this is not technically what rewilding is. Rewilding is something that happens on a big scale. This is simply increasing biodiversity, is basically what it is, and it's really important. And it doesn't have to be all pretty flowers, because we've got pretty flowers, but it doesn't have to be that, because these nettles are important for butterflies, this ragwort's important for pollinators, all these on grass are really important for invertebrates and moths and grasshoppers. And you know, grass has flowers too. So although you might think that because it's not pretty flowers it's not doing much, well, it really is doing a lot. Even if you let your garden go wild, it doesn't have to be pretty flowers. You're just providing cover and habitat, and that is really important. And also, from a mental health point of view, you're allowing yourself to let go, and that's so important. We mustn't be so obsessively tidy. It's not good for your mental health, it's really not. Let a little bit of scruffiness in your life. Look at my hair. Yeah, so this wild patch here on this campsite I'm on is absolutely wonderful, and I've really enjoyed coming up here. We get the red kites soaring over here as well. And what's quite important if you visit like a business like this camping site I'm on, it's called Swiss Farm. Up in Henley-on-Thames. It's really important, if you're the kind of person that does leave feedback, to compliment them on their wild patches, because very often people only leave feedback if they've had a bad experience with something, like the toilets were dirty, I'm going to leave a complaint. take the time when you see that a business has done something for wild to compliment them on it. Particularly say, I really enjoyed the fact you've left an area to go wild and my kids loved it, for example. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about with this wild patch. I really enjoy walking through. I mean, walking through this wild patch like this is much more exciting than just simply walking up a grass bank. And just look at all these butterflies flapping around. It's absolutely full of meadow brown butterflies. And I haven't got my dog with me here. I was worried about the heat and I think I'd made the right decision. But walking your dog up here would be great fun. And I'm hoping to get the chance to come up here and just enjoy a nice cup of coffee as well. Listening to a crazy red kite blowing its whistle. And I'm gonna walk down here now, back to all the tents. I've had a few nights up here camping. I love camping. Everyone loves camping, it's so much fun. Cheers guys. This really is getting wild.